Welcome. Tim Bart's here, not in Salina, Kansas. Tim's here. Sarah will be joining me shortly. So we kind of rushed dinner in and tried to squeeze it in. Everybody can hear me okay? Hopefully you can. I don't have my headphones in. But give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. And make sure our audio is all good and checked. Since we're not at our home studio, I want to make sure. It says, we can hear you. Maybe I should check and see how well can you hear me is the question. So we'll get that all figured out here. But thanks, everybody, for joining us. We are on location, I should say. We're actually at our hotel. They let us use this nice conference area here. I don't like all the lights, but we'll just have to deal with it for this week. But hopefully everything's going well with you guys. Like I said, Sarah will join me soon. Of course, don't forget, you can listen to this on our podcasting platforms. We'll have this uploaded shortly after the live YouTube video. And, of course, we also are live right now on Facebook as well as on Twitter, too. So hopefully you're joining us on one of those. We can always tell if you are. But thank you for joining us. Your sound is good. Okay, so we're using the old mic for these sessions here. So hopefully you guys can hear us, and we'll get Sarah in here soon. Also, don't forget to, if you are listening on one of the podcasting platforms, you can watch this live every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, here on our YouTube channel. And otherwise, I think that's about it. Oh, don't forget to, if you're new, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit that like button as well. If you haven't had a chance yet to do that, do that as well. And, I don't have Sarah here yet to do the member part of this. So I'm waiting, kind of prolonging this. So I guess just give you a story about a rundown of what's going on so far. So Sarah, she just popped into the room. I waited to do the member stuff until you got here, but so Sarah and Lebo, well, I'll let her tell her story first, but Barb and my wife and my son and I, we actually flew up today to DC and took the long little, actually it was a short trip to where we're staying outside of DC. And so those of you that told us, they were warning us about the drive from Orlando to Lakeland. You guys were saying, well, how was that highway? Let me tell you, what I demonstrated today was like nothing compared to it. That was like the Indianapolis Speedway compared to what I was on here in DC. So yes, we hit that at 4:30, and it took us an hour to go 20 miles. So it was actually 28 miles. So it was a little ridiculous. So yes, I was like, it's times like this that I enjoy Salina, Kansas traffic. So, All right. So how's this looking here? It's about as best as I can do without putting something underneath it.
Okay.
Anyway,
it works.
All right. So tell them about some of the other stuff you want to talk about, membership and such.
Yeah.
And we'll go on to do that, and then welcome members in.
You got plug in over there?
There's an extension cord right here.
Yes.
All right. Sarah's going to get plugged in here.
If I have my cord. If not, we are running off of my phone today. Nope, we have my cord.
All right, you get Sarah plugged in. So I'll tell you the backstory on them. You can tell me if I'm wrong. So they drove from Salina to here, and so they had a nice little drive. How long a drive was that, Sarah?
22 hours.
22-hour drive. They're not going to be able to hear you with that computer in front of that microphone.
Oh, I can move it. There we go.
All right. So 22-hour drive. So, and did you guys do it straight through?
We did straight through. So we started 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, and we drove through. We were like, oh, we'll stop in Cincinnati, have dinner with our cousins. We'll have some fun. It was going to be 9 o'clock by the time we got there. So we were like, yeah, we won't be able to join you all for dinner. So at that point, we're like, well, what's the point of staying there when we can just drive straight through, get a hotel close to where we're staying, and then rest? So that's what we did. I drove 2 hours. 2 hours. Lebo drove 20 hours. We got here at 6 a.m. yesterday morning. So we got our hotel. In fact, they stopped checking people in at 2 a.m. So I called them. I'm like, hey, we need a check-in. please, or we don't know what to do because, you know, we won't be there until 6 a.m. We requested the late checkout, which is 3 p.m. for them. So they let us check out at 3 p.m. and they checked us in at midnight. So they went ahead and checked us in so that way we could grab our keys and go in. Super nice staff. It was amazing. We went in, crashed. The kids did not. We woke up every 30 minutes to an hour with one of them doing something. Will, at one point, was running from wall to wall. Just
That sounds like him.
zooming. So we went and did some shopping. We needed some basics that we forgot at home, so we went and got those. Did all of that. It was kind of fun. I need Wi-Fi.
What's your last name and room number
Oh,
for
okay.
the Hilton Honors?
Okay,
That one.
perfect.
So just click in there and then just do the standard.
Okay. Anyway, so we did that, and then we checked into this hotel, got a good night's sleep, and then today we went to the aquarium. So
In Baltimore?
in Baltimore,
We're going to DC tomorrow.
we went to the harbor. It's the the National Aquarium. It was pretty cool. They had a rainforest area, so that was really cool because it's just birds are flying freely. There's a sloth.
Did you get pooped on?
No.
Okay, good. I probably would have heard about that from Will.
Homie got pooped on. So it was pretty cool. It wasn't just aquarium. We didn't get to see any dolphin shows because they stopped doing dolphin shows. They only do dolphin training now. Because I guess they won't be getting any more dolphins in. Because, you know, there's a ban on dolphin shows, I guess, now or something.
I didn't have to fill all that in. I didn't fill all that in. But... Oh, there you go. Go up. Go to the free one. Scroll up.
There is no scroll.
The whole screen.
Oh.
Now connect.
Okay. Anyways, it was pretty cool.
There, now you can just do that. It's hard for me to do two things at the same time.
I can't do it.
It's difficult.
I can't get in. Hotspot. I'll just connect to my
Or
hotspot.
in my room. Remember? 619. Maybe only one person can do it. I don't know. Maybe a capital D. Do capital D. See what happens.
Oh.
Now see if you can go to YouTube and see if it works. No, I don't think you need to do that. Just go just do a new tab. Go up there. All right. Getting it all set up. So we had a really nice, we got this like right in your face here. Maybe we need to switch places because that's gonna be right. Okay.
All right, guys. I'm gonna set my hotspot.
It's not working.
No.
All right.
Keep on going.
Okay. Well, we get the member stuff.
Yes.
So let me talk.
I can do that while I'm doing it.
I can talk about the membership stuff if you want.
Okay.
We're gonna do one thing.
Okay, now I'm connected.
I don't know what. All right. I take this off here for just a little bit. There. Lower that down so you can see Sarah's face there. And then there.
Oh, there we go.
That'll work. Okay. So don't forget, you can move it on. Sorry, folks, for all that, but we were running, like I said, a little late, so a little scatterbrain. Now you can become a member as well if you'd like. If you want to just take a little bit different, hit that join button there right beside the subscribe, and you can become a member. It's $5 a month. A lot of different membership perks in there. So you can check those out. Goes over the different perks there. Has a nice video in there that kind of goes over all those perks.
That's how I got started into the videos.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced me by starting with the member perks videos.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Francis.
All right. So, yep. So you can do that. And don't forget, if you are on iOS, you can't find that. You can go to either your iPad or your phone and just pull up a web browser, whether Safari or Google. Go up to the big A, little a, and request desktop website will allow you to be able to see that if you want to see it. So, and of course, we don't ask you to become members if you don't want to be. It's just extra content if you want that extra content, stuff like that. And we do send out a little membership perk. Actually, not the you get this little notebook, you get some koozies, that kind of stuff sent to you. Not the orange. I brought that with me. Anyway, other than that, we can do some member intros. I highlighted a bunch for you there.
You did?
Yep.
I'm not seeing them.
Are you in? You're not logged into the thing.
Not logged into the right one. All right, I'll go off of your screen.
Okay. Did you start at the bottom or top?
I go from the top. Oh, we'll start
Francis.
with the bottom one from Francis. Thank you.
Give us a $2 donation. Appreciate that.
All right, who we got next? Chase Stetter. Good evening from Disney World, Orlando. Happy to be here. That is amazing. I would love to go to Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Foster. Your last episode was excellent at Johnny's Car Karen Reviews. He does do a good live.
He does. And we'll highlight him as well as some others in just a little bit. And we got MD Buck, who said hi to Ridgeview. Ridgeview is our moderator. Thank you very much for helping us out.
Did you get one from Gerwalt?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
And then, how do you say this one?
Mabsim.
All right. Gave us a thumbs up.
All right. Now I can go.
You go. Okay.
Yep.
Here's Francis.
All right. I have M. Mahathi. He says he can hear fine.
Don't forget Francis. Sounds good. Oh, yeah. Earlier, I wasn't sure if the mic was working before you got here. So
okay.
we're all good there. All right.
We have Marine Vet. He says, hey, Roy Pass.
I love how our members have created this great community and just chat with each other a lot on our member lives and different things like that. It's awesome.
Jack Evans says, hey, Ridgeview, golfed out till Saturday. Ridgeview is our wonderful moderator. He helps us out significantly. Misty says, wow, that's a drive. It's such a drive. Now he's...
14 hours is bad.
Well, it says 18 hours on the thing. 18
That's without kids.
I was like, how does having kids and stopping only like 10 minutes for gas every so often equal, 4 hours?
Did you really only stop for 10 minutes?
Yes, 10 to 15 minutes.
3-year-old and a 1-year-old.
We did
I did not want to be in that car.
We did 2 half-hour stops for meals. Here, I can scooch forward. There we go. All right, let's.
Here, I got an idea. Got an idea.
I'm short.
How about that? Oh, bring it in. How about that? That work?
Yes.
There we go.
All right. So now I have Mr. Deke Marshall. Appreciate your efforts to do a live while on the road. Most folks would just say sorry, but not Tim and Sarah.
And on vacation. Sarah's on vacation. I am too, but
People actually just asked me. He's like, couldn't you guys have just skipped? I was like, no. Nope.
We enjoy doing it. Do you enjoy doing it?
I do.
I do. I like talking to the community. I enjoy
I do.
helping people out, keeping them updated, and that's one of the reasons I don't want to miss.
I feel bad that my husband's in a hotel room with 2 kids who are exhausted beyond belief, and probably will not go to sleep anytime soon.
Just send one down to Grandma.
Oh, Grandma's going to go help as soon as she goes to get soap.
Okay.
They need soap.
Yes.
So
All right.
she's going to help out.
Okay.
Still, I feel bad. Alrighty. So now we have Gino Abine. He says, how is your hardtop Bronco?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Actually, it was pretty quiet. So I'm doing a Turo, and so what's his name? Person that is doing a tour of a Bronco. So if you're in the DC area, you want to do a Turo, there is a gray Bronco on Turo that you could rent out. So that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'd be fun. So it's getting into it. His is in a little bit better shape than mine's in. So
yeah.
let's zoom in on this.
Wayne says, hey there, Jack Evans. Good evening. We have Roy Pass, who says, hey, Marine Vet. We have Jim Hughes, who says, hello.
I might have doubled up some.
Yeah, Marine Vet.
Well, you know, it's usually her job, so.
It is.
She does a good job.
I make sure you only get one of each.
I do my stuff well, and she does her stuff well. That's why it's a good team.
Paul says, at Ridgeview, it's always good to see you, patrolling the chat and keeping us all in line. Cardinal videographer Sin, ? Having lights behind the talent pointing at the lens.
Hey, at least we moved it up so it doesn't look so bad now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We're going to have to better setup for when we're on location.
Yeah. Gotta love the Beltway. Not sure what that is. And we did some of these.
Yeah, that's what they call it. The Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Washington.
Imahati, thank you. He says, thank you, Tim, for hooking me up with a Ford dealer in Knoxville. Got my recall done next week, and they will install a Ford bed divider.
See, look at there.
Congrats.
So, okay, so let's tell a little
He's
back.
been waiting
Let's do a
for-
little background story on this. So, Imahati bought his Maverick from us, McArthur,
Yes.
and he lives in Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee, I believe, by Knoxville. And he has struggled with his local dealer to do the recall. The dealer is actually, I don't usually talk negative about dealers, but his dealer, I won't tell you the name because actually I don't know the name, which is fine. But they would not do the recall because he didn't purchase the vehicle from them. I'm like, that's a safety recall. For one, I mean, Ford would be outraged if a customer came in, even if they buy a vehicle, they could have been on the road, needed to do a safety recall. That should not even be acceptable. But anyway, he couldn't, he talked several times. They would not do it. I found a dealer in Knoxville. Actually, it's Josh Hamilton's dealer. If you're on All Terrain Nation, which I want to thank them because I wouldn't have got connected with Josh if I wasn't over there. So All Terrain Nation and Josh Hamilton, being over there, I was able to get connected with him, and his dealership is hooking him up, taking care of him, getting a recall. And because of it, now the dealership's getting some business out of this, and he's getting a Ford bed divider. So, that's awesome. So
maybe
good
if that
dealer.
other dealer
So
had
we'll
gotten that recall done and wasn't so petty, they would have gotten a bed divider installed out of it.
Yeah, might have. So, Mike, next week, once you get that done, send us an email, the name of the dealership and such, so we can highlight them next week.
Yes, please.
They definitely deserve it. All right, moving on.
All righty. That's what I've got. I can read out a few. Right, Anne says I won't be on all night tonight, but mainly listening for a while.
Cool. I think she got scheduled for a Maverick.
Yep. Chris Rohan says howdy, great listening on my way home. It is a great one. Roderick says good evening, Marine Vet. There's one. Gerwalt, and I don't have it pulled up in front. Gerwalt says, what does a traffic jam look like in Salina, Kansas?
There isn't one.
The cows are crossing the road.
Yeah, not Salina, but maybe.
Just outside of Salina.
Yeah, there isn't one.
Well,
Traffic keeps moving. Around 5 o'clock,
Around the
6?
5 o'clock is
Right.
when it's the busiest, but it only gets jammed up if there's an accident.
Yeah, we don't get them. So anyway, that's why. Yeah. Anyway, all right. That all of them, all of our shout outs.
Yes.
All right. So we haven't done a lot of videos recently, but we have a lot planned coming up. So we are going to be doing a live stream, a public live stream Friday and Saturday from the Ford Nationals Car Show in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, which is why we're here. We headed this way for that reason and added some vacation days to hit DC. So we're going to be there Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern each day, Friday and Saturday. That's 12 o'clock Central. We'll be doing a live stream. We're going to be highlighting the other Mavericks in the Maverick Truck Club area. So there's like 40 Mavericks. So we're going to try to do as many as we can in an hour each of the 2 days and try to get everybody in. So yeah, you know, who all's there, what's their Maverick, what they've added to their Maverick. It should be some fun. So we'll have those going on. Also, the Ranger Raptor will be there. Ford Performance will be doing a walk around. So we're hopefully get a close up of that and be doing a video as well. And hopefully that'll go live either first thing Saturday morning or Friday night. Depends on how able to, you know, depends on what's going on. And then Saturday, expect some video as well, probably on the RTR Mustang, which was released last week. Mitch did a video on Town and Country. He got to see it firsthand. We're going to see it a week later after it was revealed. So it'll be a lot of fun. And for those members, we'll do something special for you guys. You'll probably guys see some video from tomorrow as well. We'll do some pictures, video while we're on our stream as well, which is something else you get as a part of the membership. It's not just the member live on Saturday or the lot walk on Saturday and member live on Friday. Which we won't be doing this week, but you get, you know, when we go traveling and such, we do some exclusive stuff, and you might get a chance to see some vehicles that some of the auto shows and such that, you know, we do some extra stuff for them. So anyway,
in fact, I'll probably throw together a little clip of the pictures I took on our way to DC for you guys.
there you go.
A little short.
All right. Okay. Other than that, do you have a good dealer?
I
Ready
do.
to share?
I certainly do. All right. And there were pictures to go with it.
Oh, really? I forgot that.
Nope. Never mind. Is that the wrong email? Okay. Here we go.
There you go.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln, Nebraska, and sales associate Terry McWilliams are great to work with. He and his sales managers do great pricing, open to all questions, no dealer add-ons, keep customers informed, dealer aftermarket items like spray and bed liner at competitive price. My son went in a week after I picked up my Mav and bought a car.
There you go. So good dealership there, and that's in the Midwest. If you're in Nebraska, there you go. We've actually done some dealer trades with them. They are always really good to work with. All right. So let's talk about scheduling notes and updates here. Actually have to use, hold on a second. Let me go to my email. We're going to have two parts of this. We're going to talk about what's scheduling this week and what it looks like. We're going to also talk about for next month. So we should be getting those. Actually, they've opened up for allocations and what they call wholesale for dealers. So here in about maybe a week and a half, we'll actually have the numbers for the next month production. So we'll talk about both, but we'll go through the scheduling information first for this week. So this is just for this week. And first time looking at this today, because like I said, traveling today, so I haven't had a chance to normally spend several hours working on this. So gotta bring the glasses out. Actually, I don't have to. I could do this. No, I don't. I need to. All right, doing the glasses today. So you guys can see the screen and the glasses. Don't look at glasses. All right. Anyway, 24 Mustang. Looks like they are doing some scheduling. It says no U.S. specialty, so no dark horse scheduling. But they are doing regular builds. They said exhausted commodities for July for black painted roof and the optional 20-inch wheel in the convertible. So, which we're going to talk about in a little bit about August production. There's some good news there for those that have the black roof. So we'll talk about that in just a second. 23 Escape. They are doing some scheduling for July, so we're in that part of the month where they're doing cleanup. So if a dealership still has allocations that they didn't fulfill, then they'll try to fill it in with what they can schedule that would fit into their production for the rest of this month. So that's kind of how that works. So it may not be the next one that's up and such, because if, hey, what they're needing is a very base one, they're going to pull that. So you maybe somebody that has an order down on the list, that's how that'll happen. So, and that's typically when they do cleanup, is because they try to use your allocations, but if you didn't have an order that worked for what they were looking to produce, then they won't give you that allocation. And so at some point they'll be like, okay, well, let's take this off. If you take this off an order, we can go ahead and use your allocation to use it for that. But that's what they're looking for. Bronco. Oh, and then on the Escape, base and hybrid only. It says plug-in retail bank. Okay, you can't order. Active ST line series capacity is exhausted for July. So if they do schedule something, it will not be an ST line. It won't be an active. So what's that leave? A platinum? So platinum. If you have a platinum order, there you go. Got a good shot. Bronco Sport. They are scheduling for July production dates. No note on there for Bronco Sport. 23 Edge cleanup commitment. So they are trying to finish out and balance out scheduling for 23 model year before going into 24, which we'll talk about that here in just a little bit for next month's production notes. 23 Bronco, it does say main commit. So looks like they are scheduling for others. I did see, so last week we showed that we had 3 allocations for the month. And then we got 2 Raptors that got scheduled, and now we say we have 5 and we've used 2. So we originally were going to get 3 regular allocations. They gave us 2 extra ones for Bronco, or for Raptor, I should say. So it looks like they are back this week to scheduling for regular builds. And then we'll talk about production for Heritage in just a little bit when we get to August information. Yeah.
Real quick, if you have a question, drop it into the chat. I'm watching for questions so I can star them. If you asked a question before I got here, or even after I got here, please drop it back in so I can star it.
You may need to put the model as well.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
Model would be helpful.
All right. 23 Explorer, no scheduling this week. 23 Expedition, it says cleanup commitment. Again, they're trying to fill in those holes. Don't forget, you have to add the heavy-duty trailer tow package. If you only have the prep package, you will not get scheduled. They will not build it. 23 Maverick does say they are scheduling this week. Don't forget about the key constraints, any of those things. You know, anything that has to do with the bed, splash guards, the paint protection, film, all that stuff. I actually learned something today, or this last week, about the paint protection film and why it takes longer for those to not only get scheduled, but why the production number is so low and why it takes longer. Because once you put that on there, it has to cure in an inside facility for I think at least 3 days, or it could come off. And so a lot of times at the factory, when they do those, they have to sit for 3 days. So it's going to sit somewhere. If you have it done at the dealership, then should sit at the dealership for 3 days before being shipped out, or at the factory. So, and also they just won't schedule as many. So you don't want to put that on your build either. So, all right. Let's see what else. 23 Ranger, no scheduling. Of course, they're done with scheduling out for 23 model year. They're going to be moving to 24 soon. Order banks are open for 24 Ranger. We don't have that many regular orders. I think a lot of people are holding out for that 2.7 or trying to get a Raptor. Good luck to you on that. 23 F-150, they're scheduling for the build week of 6/26, which means that's the production week that they're going to be scheduling for this week. So they pick your order. It'll get produced sometime in the week of June 26th. Limited scheduling for moonroofs. Limited 5.0 liter engines. So very few of those. If you have the 5.0, you may not get selected. No additional tremors or the heritage packages. And it says limited availability of the 20-inch all-terrain tires, the 18-inch chrome appearance package wheel, no black running boards, and no 17-inch all-season tires that are standard on the base XL or 4x2. So if you have an XL 4x2, you're going to want to upgrade your tire. or will. 23 Super Duty, they are scheduling for the weeks of 6/12 through 6/26. So 3 different weeks they're going to be scheduling for. And then it says limited scheduling on King Ranch and Platinum. They are exhausted on limited. So if you have a limited King Ranch and Platinum, chance it's going to be difficult to get scheduled this week. Limited availability on interior work surface. Exhausted availability, which means none for if you have the trailer tow backup assist, which is part of a package. And then also exhaustive availability for the F600 4x4s and also for the 4-corner strobe light. That is a lot of times you put on those fleet vehicles. Transit Connect Van and Wagon is scheduling this week for production dates in July. So July 3rd to the 24th. 23 Transit is scheduling for the weeks of 7/17 to 7/24. So they're in July. Again, don't forget on the Transit, currently not available at all is the power sliding door. So it's the power sliding door, not the manual. That's option 65C. Limited availability for the 360 camera, option 61D, and the power outlet 60D, and the low roof bus. Orders are needed from dealers with remaining BEV commodity allocation. So if you have allocations for those and they're needing those orders, they're going to be stopping that pretty soon and start working on those UPS vans. They are balanced out on the depopulated key, the power running boards, the side barn doors, the all crew van body codes, as well as the 10360 GVWR for vans, chassis cabs, and cutaways. So that's nothing new that we've heard. So if you've been watching the channel, you know of these things already. 23 Mach-E cleanup scheduling. It says all-wheel drive standard range battery is not available until late August scheduling. So, which we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. There you go. So that is scheduling for this week. So, all right. Anything there we need to cover or talk about?
Nope.
All right, let me get to my slides here for this other. So today, actually, while I was traveling, thanks to some people at the home front at the dealership, sent me some information on the scheduling for the next month. So it won't happen yet. It's not this week, but we're talking about scheduling for August production dates for most vehicles, July for F-150 and Super Duty. So this is kind of some of the notes that they have in here for each of these. So 24 Mustang, it does say limited scheduling of the night pony package due to the black painted roof constraint. So, but it's before it was like no scheduling. Now it's at least limited. So they are going to try to schedule some. And I think I have a note later on the Mustang about that too. Here in just a little bit. 23 Mach-E, they are going to be scheduled for August build dates. It says all-wheel drive standard range battery on Select and Premium will be controlled, which means it'll be a few that can kind of control that build out and production there. Escape Gas and Hybrid, they are scheduling for August build dates. Moonroof available for August wholesale. So if you had, before we said they weren't scheduling any moonroofs for the Escape, now they're back. They will be available for August scheduling. So if you had taken your moonroof off, you can put it back on. They're now allowing you to go in and make that change. So if you want to add it, you can. I would probably leave it off unless you really, really, really have to have it or really want to have it, because it'll help yours get scheduled, right? So.
My hands smell like truffle oil.
All right. Escape plug-in, they will be scheduling for August build dates. And when I say August, they're also including the week of 7/31, which would be August build dates. 23 Bronco is going to be the startup scheduling for job 2. So they're going to be scheduling those for the week from 7/10 on, the week of 7/10 on, and so just for July. Yep. All right. 2-door and hardtop remain most impactful feature constraint. So that is the biggest constraint right now is the hardtop, whether it be a 2-door or the 4-door. So they're not really saying whether or not the others are an issue, but the hardtop is the biggest issue. So if you have a hardtop and some of the other options, you're going to struggle to get scheduled. But if you have a cloth top on the 4-door with one of the other options, you're probably be more likely to get scheduled. So if you have Sasquatch with a cloth top, things are going to look a lot better and be more likely for you to get scheduled than a hard top, right? Heritage production begins the week of June 6th. It says the okay to buy is estimated for the week of, or for June 21st. So those of you that had a Heritage Edition, you're probably seeing those build dates get moved back. They're still not telling us why they've been moving them back, but now it looks like they're going to start producing them the week of 6/5. So that's coming up just in a week. And then also the okay to buy is going to be a couple weeks after that. So if you have one built that week of 6/5, don't expect it 4 weeks after that. It's going to be 4 weeks after the 21st at the earliest, right? Also, 7-speaker audio is back available beginning with July production. So better audio system is back. All right, Bronco Sport is going to be scheduled for August build dates next month, and 0% Badlands premium package. So if you have a Bronco Sport Badlands with the premium package, 0% chance you're going to get it. So either take the premium package off or just wait a month to see if yours gets scheduled. All right, Edge 24 model year startup is for August. So you're going to start. Actually, it says starting July 17th through August. So that's pretty cool. Explorer 23, no XLT regional control this month. So that's for August build dates. To be honest, I don't really know what that means. So, I assume that they're going to probably struggle on building XLTs is what I take from that. But Super Duty, they're scheduling for the July dates 7/10 to 7/24, those weeks, the weeks starting with those dates. Same notes we've had all along. Limited scheduling on King Ranch Platinum Unlimited. Increased availability on the 360 camera. So that is good news. So they're increasing that. Also, they encourage the 6.8 liter on the XL pickup orders. So if you have an XL, wanting to get an XL, if you have the 6.8, it would really help you out. And then encourage removal of the Pro Trailer Backup Assist where optional. So, and that's 52T. I assume that's in a package. I don't think it's in. You can add just a Trailer Backup Assist by itself. So I think it's part of that package. So if you remove that, you're more likely to get scheduled, is what they're saying. Expedition. This is the month for 23 model year build out, which means they're going to close out their production numbers, and that's for August build dates through August 21st. So Expedition closes out production, it looks like to me, the week of August 21st, sometime in that week. Don't forget about the heavy duty trailer tow package. It needs to be on your orders for 23 or it won't get built. Ranger 24 model year startup is happening August 7th. Looks like the week of August 7th through August 24th are what they're going to be scheduling for. So if you have that Ranger order in there, it can get scheduled next month or when they start scheduling, which I'm not going to say a date. I think last time I said, oh, it's the next week and such, and I was wrong. It was a week later. So I'm not going to put a date out there. I'm not sure when that might be. Let's see, what else? Maverick. 23 model year Maverick, they're going to be scheduling for build dates in August, the whole month of August. Improved hybrid mix, they said. So improved mix and also improved trailer tow hitch volume. So don't necessarily think that means necessarily that the optional hitch, it's just they're going to be able to increase hitch volume. So they must have received more hitches in so they can, make more. So that's good news for those that want to hitch. If you have the optional hitch, I still say taking it off will help yours, but your chances are probably better now for the month of August build dates. But improved hybrid mix, which we knew it was 50-50. So if it's improved more than that, that's great news. So we'll just have to see. F-150, they're scheduling for the weeks of July 3rd through the weeks of July 24th. It says expecting relief on the 8.8 inch axle with the dual exhaust constraint. So that's going to be better. So that dual exhaust where it's really constrained, now it's going to be better. It says the 2.7 liter with XLT or Lariat black appearance packages is the constraint. Those are the ones that get the dual exhaust. So that should be easier. Also, hybrid is a regional control. So it depends on what region you're in. It's going to be controlled regionally, not necessarily nationally. So that's probably what I meant earlier when I was talking about it too. Transit Connect van and wagon, they are scheduling for August build dates. Looks like the full month, so they're not going to be finishing that out yet. E-Transit is scheduling for August build dates as well for the whole month. Power sliding doors are on hold. So we actually said it earlier, it was completely, they're just saying on hold. Transit, again, the full month of August, they're scheduling for. Transit Trail is now scheduling. So if you have a Transit Trail, it can start getting scheduled. Power sliding doors are on hold. And PowerPoint plug 90D, short-term constrained, and 360 camera has the least availability. There you go. All right. And some other things to note, I'm going through those as well. On top of that I made some notes on is one on the Super Duty max recline seat removal is suggested. So if you have that, it's a standalone option on the Lariat with the Ultimate Package, the King Ranch, and Platinum. They're not saying it on the Limited, but on those other three, they're saying you should take off the max recline seats as an option to get scheduled. If you don't get scheduled, then that's on you. Don't forget Maverick, the cancellation of all unscheduled non-COP approved orders by June 2nd. So you have till this week to make sure they are done for dealers. So if you have an order with us, please, you don't need to email us. We're down to just 18. We had, I think, 33 that weren't submitted for some reason. We totally missed them last fall. I don't know, 750 orders. How'd we miss them? But
Yeah.
missing 33 out of 700, that's pretty good, but not good enough. We're down to 18 now. So, your salesman will get with you. So we'll make sure those are done on those. You don't have to worry about it. If you haven't been contacted, then more than likely you're all good. Don't need to worry about it. So trust me, I'm going to make sure those orders for McArthur do not get canceled. We'll make sure those get done. Even though I'm not there, we have some great people there making sure that gets done. Can talk about Bronco in just a little bit. Part of that, is it true? Expedition mentioned Edge. Edge is an 8-month production for 24 model year. No changes to the Edge. So I did not forget to do a video on the Edge. I thought, well, what am I going to do a video on? There's no changes from 23 to 24. I mean, none. Same colors. Everything's the same. There's not any one feature that's changed or been added or deleted at all. So it's almost like an extra 23 model year production in a sense. So no changes for this for 24 model year. Scheduling will begin mid-June, and job one startup will be mid-July. So this next month is when they're going to start scheduling for 24 model year. So, all right, that's scheduling.
Okay.
All right, anything to note there?
So the Maverick order banks won't open until in July now? They never gave us a solid date.
Okay, so there was a date
that was thrown out
for fleet dealers. There is a date that was thrown out for mid-July. I'm not going to say the date because I even disclosed that date a couple months ago. But again, remember, things move. Edge, here's a great example. Just recently, at one point, Ranger was supposed to be scheduled, or order banks are supposed to open up in April. They didn't open up until late May.
Yeah.
I had to remember what month I meant. Edge is the same one. They were scheduled for their order banks to open up on the 22nd. They didn't open the 22nd. They opened the 23rd or 4th.
Yep.
So again, kind of be aware that they might move. Knowing kind of the timeline, they're going to let us know. Let's just say this. They're going to let us know a couple weeks in advance. Stay tuned to our channel. You don't have to watch the live streams. I will always make that a separate video when it comes to the Maverick stuff. So if there's news on when the order banks are going to open up, we'll let you know here.
Yes.
So keep track of this, of our channel and such. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But so like they haven't even released. Well, here's one of them. We did see that they're going to stop making the skate or the Expedition, right? We already know it's in the middle of August, but we still don't have a order date for 24 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually about 2 months prior to that. It's usually how you can backdate things is know what the end of production is, and you can go back about 2 months before that, and that's about when the order banks will open up.
Yeah.
So, Expedition we know is going to end in the middle of August. Go back 2 months. I mean, the order bank should be opening up anytime. So,
yeah.
Anyway, all right.
All right.
Anything else
We
on
can
that?
keep going.
All right. Let's talk about this. So I actually struggled for it isn't true for this week. So I've kind of did something that I've actually talked about already in a video. So basically for this week, actually I wrote it down. Is it true that the Bronco is having yet another price increase? And yes, it is true. So spoiler alert, right? So it is true. It is getting a price increase. So here's the price increase this time around. The Big Ben price has gone up $295. So if you have a Big Ben, so basically what's happening is the seats are getting changed out. We talked about it last week. Marine grade vinyl in the Big Ben with the rubberized flooring. Also, we do have the Molly strap system as well, or Molly system on it as well. That'll go up $295. Now, if you already placed your order prior to this, then there is no change to your order. They're going to price protect the $295. Ford will. So there won't be a price increase, but your seat will be marine grade vinyl if it gets scheduled for a build date in July 10th on. Now, the other price increase is on the Outer Banks and Wild Track. It's going up $2,195. The price of the leather seats, because now leather is standard on those. So for that fact, those are going up $2,195. Now, they didn't say those are going to be price protected by just the normal sense of the dealer just needs to honor the price. They actually said they're going to be throwing out a private offer for those customers. So they're going to know who placed an order before that, before the date they change it, and all those people will get a private offer for that $2,195 difference. So you want to know if you have one of those orders, whether it be a Big Ben or it be an Outer Banks or Wild Track, you need to know what you could be possibly getting. So I'll probably be doing a separate video on this next week when I get back, talking about how this process works. So you make sure if you did put that order in, that you don't lose out on that money, right, from your dealer, because heaven forbid, half the dealers don't know how to do that. Heard of another one recently where they're keeping their Bronco from them until they get that money, which is crazy why they're doing that. But anyway, that's about it. So yeah, so it is true. Prices did go up yet again. We did see Raptor go up. There's probably more price increases on the Bronco than any other model recently. I don't think too many are getting price increases anymore other than that one. So supplier changes in pricing, I guess, and such, that's it's causing that. But anyway, there you go. That's that.
All right.
Anything before I talk about my
We have a
soapbox?
new member, Roy Robbins.
Oh, congrats.
Welcome to the team, or the crew.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right. So this week, I think we talked of seeing this out on the forums quite a bit when it comes to your EVs, but also it's going to start relating to other models as well. If you did see the title, you saw that. What did I say? BlueCruise or not to BlueCruise? That is the question, right? And I thought this was good because last week I went on a conference and I flew out of Kansas City and I drove from Salina to Kansas City with the F-150 Lightning using BlueCruise on the way to the airport. Well, this week we drove in the Expedition to the airport. It does not have BlueCruise, but it has adaptive cruise control with lane centering. So it got me to thinking this morning. I'm like, well, which is better? So let me do this slide real quick first. So we did hear now Ford is now charging $2,100 for BlueCruise activation for 3 years if you get it ahead of time. Or if you don't, a lot of the mach-es aren't coming with BlueCruise. So then you have to either do the pre-sign up for $2,100 for 3 years, or you can pay on a yearly and it's $800 a year. So the question is BlueCruise worth $800 a year? I was going to do the math. What's the math on that? Get the calculator out.
Can't do that in your head.
No, I'm not going to try to on live video here. So $800, somebody's going to do it before I even get to it. $66 a month. Is it worth $66 a month to you?
No.
That's the question. So for me, it is not. So here's the deal. So kind of the difference between adaptive cruise control. So adaptive cruise control is going to adapt that cruise from the vehicle in front of you, right? And with the lane, if they have the lane centering, which a lot of the newer ones do, it keeps you in the center of your lane, right? So you don't go over. It's going to actually keep you in the center there. What I like about the lane centering is you can take your hands off the steering wheel for 15 seconds. I timed it. So you have 15 seconds. You can take the hands off the steering wheel completely, right? And then you just have to kind of move it just a little bit so it knows that you're still participating. So you have that. BlueCruise, you have to have your eyes on the road, and you only get 5 seconds to look away, and then you're back. So I could actually be in a vehicle with adaptive cruise and be looking over for 20 seconds and just do this with the steering wheel a little bit. You can't see it. Just move the steering wheel a little bit and still be looking away, and it'll keep going. Whereas BlueCruise is going to warn you and then slow you down if you don't look back on the road.
Yeah.
Now, I watch the road. I'm not saying that I do that, but I'm saying for the convenience, I've heard a lot of people say they'd rather have adaptive cruise with lane centering than BlueCruise because of that fact, that, they can just, do that, and they can actually do more while driving, eat or whatever. BlueCruise is nice. I will say I do like it. And the new BlueCruise 1.2 that's on the mach-e does include a couple other features, and one of them I do like, and that's the repositioning in your lane. So if you do have a big truck right there, even with the lane centering, it might keep you kind of by that, and you're like feeling a little uncomfortable and you kind of want to force it over. It will reposition you over. So that is a nice benefit, but is it worth $66 a month extra? Of course, it's not just that. It's the other features too. Also gives you where you can use your turn signal to switch lanes, and it switches lanes for you, which to me, that's not a big deal. I mean, I'm like, switch the lane, do the steering wheel,
if someone's there, is it going to stop you?
It won't let you go over, from what I understand.
Yeah.
From what I understand, somebody's tested this. Tom from Inside EV, he actually has tested it. He says it works really well, and it doesn't just slow you down. It actually speeds up like you would. It actually changes lanes like you would.
So we had this happen several times on our trip. We have an Explorer that was loaned out to us from McArthur to put on the show field. We drove it here. The bliss is not working correctly at all. So, and also the lane centering or lane keeping with the aid and everything, it's not working at all.
Is it activated? Is it turned on?
We activated it multiple times. We tried activating, then turning off the car, then turning it back on. It doesn't work at all. So it lets you go out the line, and it keeps you there. It won't alert you. It won't aid. Nothing.
So when you say the bliss isn't working, that means it's not putting a light in the corner of the mirror?
Sometimes. With our truck, we have bliss on our truck. I've also had bliss in my Maverick, and we have it in the C-Max. It tells you before it gets too close. Like if you're getting over and you're in a lane, it tells you if someone is a little bit behind you, so you're not shoving in front of them. It's not doing that. It is waiting until that car is past your bumper before lighting up.
I don't know.
So for me,
I thought maybe it wasn't activated.
For me, I check. Well, there's a blind spot. I have a blind spot. That blind spot, I usually rely on Bliss to tell me if someone's there. And Levo does the same thing. Well, within the first hour, I about ran into someone because my Bliss wasn't working correctly. It didn't tell me they were my blind spot.
I don't know. Most of them work really well.
Most of them do.
So,
I think there's something wrong with this programming.
I haven't been in a Ford vehicle yet that the Bliss wasn't working.
I think there's something wrong with the programming.
Could be a bad sensor too.
It
relies on those sensors. So if the sensor's been whacked, hit, put out of position, it's not going to work right.
Okay. So there might be something wrong with this specific system. But we also have a couple of other, I'm going to talk about that too, with you later. But
yeah. So anyway, so yes, I mean, $66 a month, as much as I drive on the highway, it probably isn't worth it.
No.
If you were a daily commuter and you were driving on the highway all the time, I could possibly see it. But again, $66 a month. $66 a month. That's getting up there. That's pretty pricey. I will say on the select trim of the Mach-E, it was $1,900 to pre-purchase the BlueCruise for 3 years. So it only went up $200. And I will tell you this, the other vehicles went down in price. So the standard range went down $4,000. The premium and the extended ranges went down $1,000. So, but what I have a problem with is they only went down $1,000, but yet they're taking away BlueCruise and making you pay $2,100. So really, in the way I think about it, it actually went up $1,000.
Yeah. So Vol said it might be good for them to think about having a weekly or monthly subscription for when you're taking long trips. Like you plan on like a 22-hour trip. I would like to have that for the week.
Yeah. I mean, I like that idea. Now you probably could sign up and then cancel.
Probably.
More likely. But yes, I like that. A one-time monthly. Hey, I'm going, like this month, I went to the airport three times in the month of May, right? So let me sign up for the month of May. I know I'm going to be driving a lot in May.
Yeah.
Then let me sign up for it. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are your guys' thoughts? So you can post them in there. Also, let's do the questions too at the same time.
Rev Nation says they give you the same thing in the Nissan Ariya for free.
Well, they used to do that on the Mach-E for free.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, so here's the way it was, if I remember right, when I did the order guide, was the Select was the only one that came with a 3-month trial, and then you had to either prepay or purchase. The other trims, though, Premium, GT, California Route 1, those all came with BlueCruise for 3 years. You didn't have to pay ahead of time. It was included. I think what's going to happen to Ford is I think a lot of people are going to say no. And Ford is really saying, hey, we have all these BlueCruise miles. They're going to lose it.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to be upset about having to pay for it now and not being included. That what they'll do is they're going to have then they're going to have less BlueCruise miles. They're going to have to, what I see they're doing is doing some sort of Ford Pass thing or doing something to discount it or doing some deal when they see that people are not signing up for it. They're going to have to do some sort of sweeten the deal to get people to sign up, because if you did like $20 a month or something, I might be in. Heck, on the Bronco, I got the Bronco with the mid package, so I got 3 months of the navigation, and then after that, I have to pay a monthly subscription.
Yeah,
I didn't sign up. I'm like, Android Auto.
Exactly.
Right? So I didn't sign up. So I got a feeling it's going to happen with some of these customers. Are going to go, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to, or whatever. So they're going to have to come up with some more discount package or something, or start including it. But BlueCruise is available not just in your EVs, in case you didn't know this. So it's on the Mach-E, it's on the Lightning, but it's also, you can go on an F-150. You can get BlueCruise on your, I think, Lariat and above. Also on the Expedition Platinum, it's available. Now I can get on another soapbox for that. So why not provide BlueCruise or adaptive cruise on all trim levels? Make the trim level that it's a trim level. It's not a feature level. So make these packages, make the adaptive cruise package, the Copilot 360 Assist or 2.0 Assist, make that available on all trim levels. I think BlueCruise shouldn't be only available for those people that can afford it, because that's basically what they're doing right now. F-150, you can get it on Lariat and above. So basically, if you can't afford an $80,000 F-150, you can't have BlueCruise, folks. So that's not right. That, to me, that could be a safety feature.
Yeah.
Why make it to where you only the people that have the money can get it, right? Yeah. The same way with the Bliss and such. Bliss should be standard. I think the adaptive cruise with the lane centering should also, to me, that's a safety thing. Yes. It'd have a lot less Ford vehicles getting in accidents if they would include the adaptive cruise with lane centering, because it really helps you stay in your lane. I mean, shoot. Mm-hmm. I mean, my dad, he might even be watching in. You know, his Lariat, he's got it all. He's got the lane centering. He's got the active. He doesn't have the BlueCruise, but he's got all that stuff. And I feel a lot safer putting my dad and my wife, and family in a vehicle that has those technologies. Anyway.
All right.
I think I know
So
myself.
Ragnarcon says, I feel like am I the only one who doesn't give a who about BlueCruise? But maybe that's just my Northeast talking, since we have actual mass transit options here. If I don't want to drive, I'll just take the train.
Yes, point. So I have 3 different versions. So I have my Bronco has cruise control.
Yes.
The Expedition has the adaptive cruise with lane centering, and then the F-150 Lightning has BlueCruise. So I have all 3, and I drive all 3, and it's not a big deal on either one. I don't choose
Yeah.
my vehicle because actually I did once. I actually did take the Lightning the last trip because I'm like, well, it's got BlueCruise.
Well, the
I
last
haven't used
time
it in a while.
when we went to New York, you were like, we're taking this because of BlueCruise.
So yeah, but also
But that's a trip.
Yes, but also I wouldn't have taken it in the wintertime because of the bad experience we had. I couldn't get to the Kansas City airport and then and get on a charger or whatever. But
Yeah.
if I can't get a charger at an airport, then I wouldn't do it. So I mean, I've been lucky the last 2 times that I've driven it. I've been able to get on a charger at the airport, but otherwise, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, but normally I don't just choose my vehicle. I mean, I took the Bronco on the one before this because I enjoy driving it. That the cruise or the adapter cruise isn't gonna make or break it for me.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Acres, I see your question in here. It's the 3rd one down. We will get to it.
Yeah.
Here in a minute.
All right. Let's get to these questions.
Crystal Balls, do you know when the Ranger order banks will open, and how many does McArthur hope or expect to get? You don't have your magic 8 ball.
No, the order banks are open now.
That's right.
We're getting, but everybody, the only thing anybody knows is they're only getting 1 Ranger Raptor to start with.
Yes.
So ours, because we can only guarantee we're going to get 1 this year, we have ours marked up over MSRP.
Yeah.
So we think we'll get more. So round 2, we'll know in 4th quarter of this year, calendar year. They will let us know what other allocations we're going to get, but we won't know until then.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all
yeah,
right.
so we don't know for sure on that. I do have a list of people that want to Ranger Raptor, and I don't think any of them want to spend what we're asking off for that 1. Everybody wants to be first. So, and dealers that are not marking those up, kudos to them. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Clarence Roller says, anybody know anything about some sound deadening installation for behind the Mavs rear seat? I do not. You might check with Niles.
I don't know.
And I haven't seen Niles in here, so he might not be in. You can comment the question, and I'll remember to ask him in a week. Shoot me an email or shoot Niles an email.
Yeah.
All right, Acres, here is yours. It says, hi guys, I have a production date for 6/22 for 24 Mustang GT Premium with the Night Pony package. You said something about no builds for July with black roofs. Don't quite understand.
Okay, so we're not talking about you. So when we're talking about people that have unscheduled orders, so people that are trying to get their order scheduled for a build date. Yours is already scheduled for a build date, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yes.
So they basically you got lucky. You won the lottery there because they were only doing a limited number of the Night Pony package for June production dates, which is what they're doing for July, and so it's a very small number. So you got lucky and got one of those small ones scheduled out. So, but yeah, it doesn't relate to you because you're already scheduled. We're talking about people that have unscheduled orders. I probably should have clarified that.
Yeah.
So. Glad you asked because other people probably were maybe thinking the same thing.
Yes.
Sometimes I just assume people watching every week.
Do you have order guides for 24 Maverick?
Nope. If we're lucky, we'll see it a week before the order banks open.
Yeah.
So they've been doing that for new models like Ranger and Mustang, but they did not do that for the Edge. So hopefully they do that for other models, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Back to the Mustang. Do you have any information on door course scheduling?
Actually, I don't know why I didn't notate it, but I thought I saw something saying that they were going to start scheduling those in August for August. Limited Night Pony package. No, I don't have it in here.
Ridgeview, if I were to reorder a Maverick, I would go with Lariat just so I can get adaptive cruise.
All right, so let me look because I was thinking there was something. Give me a second. That's not what you have up there. All right.
Wayne says, my paperwork for the Lariat Mav I sent in September 22 has a lower price than the current internet build and price on the website. Will my price be what I signed for in September? You will get price protection.
As long as your dealer does.
As long as your dealer accepts your price protection, you're good to go. So if your dealer says, I don't know what that is, we have several videos on it with screenshots of everything that they will need to figure that out for you.
I could have sworn I saw something about Mustang. I think Dark Horse is coming soon for production. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a note about it. But yes, they should price protect. The dealership should give you price protection based on the price it was when you ordered. So that's what you need to do when you go into dealership. Fight for that and say, no, this is the price I should be paying. This is what it was when I ordered the vehicle. That is the price I should be paying. Anything above that, Ford will reimburse you that money back and tell them it's called price protection. Maybe you need to talk to your manager about it, because a lot of sales guys may not do that because that's money they think they're going to lose out on. But if their manager is telling them, then there you go.
Yeah. Marine Vet, Lebo's enjoying the trip. He did most of our driving, so he's still recovering. All right. Yep. Okie dokie. Spaceaholic says, when will the 24 Super Duty order banks open?
We don't know any of them. I would be telling you guys if I knew, but we don't know on that one either. So again, 24 production is supposed to start in October, depending on which factory we're talking about. So if you go back 2 months before that, you're probably looking August.
Yeah. All right.
So I can give a generality, and that's about all I can do.
James says, hi, y'all. Still nothing on 23 Lightning Lariat? ?
Lightning Lariat. I've heard some people that put in orders, and they were telling them an ETA of end of the year. So I don't know. I know they're going to start focusing on Lightning XLT soon. So I don't know. So yeah, I mean, we actually haven't seen any of our orders getting scheduled recently either. We have some people that put in their order like in January, February, still haven't gotten scheduled yet. So
yeah. All right.
There you go. Man the myth.
All right, Wayne says, Tim and Sarah fully endorsed the Maverick Truck Club site for tons of useful 411. I learned a ton there, and Tim used to post there often. We still go in there. I'm pretty active in there, more so than the other forums. I know most about Maverick, so I get in there. I talk probably at least once a day. I'm commenting on something. But yeah, we fully support the Maverick Truck Club.
Which is why we're here.
Yeah, they invited us down.
Yeah, it's the Maverick Truck Club group that was up there that said, hey, if we get these people, enough of these Mavericks, will you guys come up? And we're like, yeah. So we're here. We're spending our own.
Told them if they hit 25 pre-registrants, we would make it out. They hit 40.
Yep. And we do appreciate you guys' support, because we're paying for this. The dealership's not paying for this. This is our vacation / trip to support the Maverick community, and we'll hang out with the Bronco people too. But we are going to get some content out of it, luckily. But when we planned it, we didn't know the Ranger Raptor was going to be there.
Yeah, or Von Gittin, or any of this other stuff.
That's just the Ford gods just watching over us. But yes, we're there for those. So yes, if you are on there, I'm Ford Video Guy on any of the forums, so I'm on all of them. Including I just joined the SVT Performance one.
Oh, okay.
Because one of our videos was actually put on there, and they talked about on their F-150 Lightning bolts, the Lightning bolt one that we do.
Okay.
It was on there, but yes, we're on all of them. The Maverick, the Mustang, the I don't think we're on the Super Duty one on the forums, but you can find us on the Facebook groups. But if you just tag at Ford Video Guy on any of those, you'll find it. I should pull up. And if you have a question you're not sure of, tag me there. Then that way I get that email notification, and I make sure I respond. But I don't have time to go in each of the forums. I do have Sarah going in there, and each day I have her diving in, looking at each of the different forums and seeing if we can help out anybody. So, but if you think there's a question that somebody doesn't know the answer to, that we might
or
know,
you feel like it's been
tag us.
answered incorrectly, that we can help
I
out
had
with.
somebody on Facebook just yesterday that they asked about the order banks
What
for
was
the
it?
Maverick, and they tagged me. They said, if anybody knows, it would be Tim. And he tagged me on Facebook, and I'm like, oh. So I went in there, saw it, and I went ahead and responded in there and said, here's kind of what we know. But again, that date's not. So tag me on any of those.
There was one thread that I was reading through it, and I did not see the correct answer anywhere. I saw snippets of the correct answer, but I wasn't seeing the full correct answer. And so I commented, and then they kept asking me questions, and got all their questions answered. But a couple of people were very thankful, but it already had like 4 pages of incorrect answers. And one guy was even rude about, he was rude about his reply. And he's like, it makes,
Oh, I remember that. I know what you're talking
he was
about now.
rude. And so I just
totally
was like,
wrong.
I was just like, hey, just so you know, it's this. And tried to make the guy that he was putting down feel better.
Over a year ago, actually, I would go into the forums, like on Bronco and such. And if I saw somebody that answered it, I'm like, oh, well, they answered it. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't respond. I wouldn't comment. But sometimes you guys need that validation that this person's right, because you could have a couple other people, who's right and such. And maybe I can. So I started learning to do that and posting in there and go, okay, here's the story. What I hate doing, though, is if there's a thread that's 4 pages long and I read just the first page and I start answering and somebody else answers it a couple of times later, then I kind of feel like I'm just joining into the conversation late. So
Rev Nation, were they being mean about the content of your stuff, or was it more of the fact that you were trying to post your own videos? Because they don't even like Tim posting his own videos in there.
Which one? They're all pretty good now.
Now they are.
So Maverick Truck Club, I think the admins that run it also run Bronco 6G and a bunch of the others, and they know that we're trying to deliver content to help everybody.
Now,
so they've been pretty lax allowing me.
They weren't letting you. Possibly.
Some of the Reddits wouldn't.
Some of the
it's
Reddits.
the Reddits,
okay.
Or some of the Facebook groups wouldn't.
Okay, but if it's wholly because they don't want you posting your own content on there, reach out to me. Be like, hey, this video might be really good for the community. Can you share it?
Yeah.
And we can share it.
I had Sarah get on some of the Reddit, so like, here, post my video in there because I think this is good information, and
they weren't letting him post. So then once I posted, they realized, oh, he's actually just trying to give us info.
I've had some that said, hey, we normally don't post, let people promote their own videos on there. Yeah. But I noticed you're just trying to help out the community, so he let me post it. So.
Oh, it was both because he was having problems with his Maverick.
Oh.
I wouldn't get caught up on the negative.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Some people can be downers.
I found like for me, this is a personal opinion, on Facebook, I feel like there's more people that'll rag on you and that are negative on there. First on Maverick Truck Club, like the forums, I feel like those people really do want to try to help each other out more. On the general, I mean, not everybody. I mean, there's going to be the 1-2%ers, but I feel like there's more people on the Maverick Truck Club that want to help out and be more of a community than on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Can you explain the heritage scheduling dates again? What is the okay to buy?
Okay. Okay to buy means it can be shipped out. So they said the week of 6/5 is when they're going to start producing the Heritage Edition. So I think they've been making some, but testing vehicles. And Ford, if you want to send a test Heritage to me, I'll take it. That's okay. So don't crush it. Just send it over to me.
Just send it over. We'll drive it for a little bit. Tell you how it's going.
So that week is when they're going to start production for the Heritage Edition build. So those of you who've been scheduled, they keep getting pushed back. Hopefully those dates start to line out and not move anymore. And then the okay to buy means that's the day they're hoping they can be shipped out, is that week of 6/21. So that means okay to buy means the dealerships, that means it's okay for the customers to buy them. So they won't ship them out until the customers are okay to buy them, because they don't want, the dealers will get them and they'll sell them anyway. So that's why they won't send them to the dealers until they have what they call okay to buy for the customers. So
Yep.
they should call it okay to ship, but they don't. They call it okay to buy. I could totally rename half their stuff for them. Ford wanted to reach out to me.
Yep. And maybe I'm just having positive reactions and such in the Maverick Truck Club, because
it could be. We've provided a lot of help to the community, and
Yeah.
the admins in the community know us pretty well now, but so
Yeah.
that could be too. But anyway.
Okay. I've been watching since last September when I ordered 2 Mavericks. My XLT trimmer was delivered to my dealer today. I'm picking up Thursday.
Awesome. Congrats, James. All right.
Did you go over the okay to buy?
Yeah, we just talked
Okay.
about that just now.
Okay.
Were you not with me?
No, I wasn't.
she didn't listen to me. It's kind of like her mom.
No, I actually listened to
She's
the
right
stuff
watching.
later
I'm
on.
going to hear about that one.
It's
Just
called, no, she's too busy with Will. It's called okay to buy because that's when ownership is transferred to the dealer.
Yeah, it's okay for them to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and technically the dealership's buying it from the factory.
Yes.
So technically it's the okay for the dealership to buy it,
Yes.
and the dealership then sells it.
So there you go. There's a good
Technically.
thank you, RagnarCon.
There you go. Yeah. So look at it that way. So really, to be honest, you might be putting a custom order with your dealer for Ford. You're not putting the order in with Ford. The dealership is putting it in. So technically the dealership's buying the vehicle and selling it to you.
All right. Good
Let's call
news
an
out
invoice.
of Minnesota, I believe. After 594 long days, my wait is over. Got my Cactus Gray XLT hybrid, 640 miles on my first tank of gas, and average 44.8 miles per gallon.
That's pretty crazy.
I love it.
There you go.
Love it.
Why we don't need a Maverick EV? 600 miles.
From one.
That's pretty far. For what? How much does the gas cost for that? It's a 16-gallon tank on those, by the way.
Do most people come out to Kansas to pick up their orders from you? Some of the closer states do.
We see more and more people that want to make a trip out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and come out. We love to see you guys come out and pick them up.
Yeah.
You know, it does allow you to take whatever rates are available, because if you come out and pick it up instead, and even if you finance the vehicle with us, we'll pay up to $1,000 of your travel expenses. So they like to hey, we'll fly out, and they'll usually we just had Michael Montgomery the other day on Saturday pick up his up, and they flew out, and then they send us receipts for their flight, gas and such, up to $1,000.
Yeah.
Ridgeview's done that a couple of times.
Spec actually hasn't bought from us, but he got his service done with us.
And we hope a bunch of people are coming out to the Midwest Maverick meetup, because we have a lot of people that are going to be getting their Mavericks in the month of July, and we're going to hold on to them so they can come pick them up and then go to the show and drive them home.
Yes.
So
we are.
Some of those will have less than 10 miles on them at the show. Look at the odometer.
But we are also very open and helpful on the shipping process and getting it shipped to you if you choose to do it that way, or if you can't find the time to come out and pick it up from us.
We've had that happen.
Yeah. But if you need to make arrangements to come pick it up from us, you just get your paperwork done online, and then however long it takes for you to come pick it up, we keep it safe. In fact, I did a short, where I showed you how we keep it safe during a hailstorm.
We don't have those in Kansas.
I am hoping for another hailstorm, because my C-Max is sitting outside, and if it hails, then I can claim stuff.
Storm sale. All right. Keep going.
All right. Misty and Roy, you won't have to drag me to meet up. Maybe I can lure you to Colorado scenic overlanding. I would come to Colorado.
I think we're going to Bronco Supercell in Colorado in September.
How many trips do we have this fall?
I don't know. Why not? Going to SEMA.
Yes.
I need to fill that out. That's awesome.
I need to fill that up.
All right.
Leba might join us for that one. All right. I see that Ford has lowered the name match requirement. Why? Then why mark up so people don't buy? What happened to my? What happened to me? My salesman didn't deny this. Ford's not
Well,
marking them up.
and yeah, name match. Okay. So technically, they're still watching. So Ford's
They are.
watching it. If there's dealers that are abusing it, then they're taking care of it on a case by case. So they're still kind of watching.
Yes.
For that. They're still having dealerships request why they didn't take it. We've had a lot of people, to be honest, we've had a lot. I'm like, why are they not taking these? We've had several coming in that they weren't taking, and it's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's taking so long, they're getting other vehicles.
That or the rates have gone up that they were not expecting on.
Yep.
There's just a bunch. But we've seen dealers marking up the prices when originally they said that they were not going to. I've seen that quite a lot in the forums and other places. Dealers are like, yep, you'll get it for MSRP or just, $1,000 over.
Or throw a bunch of stuff that they don't need to get.
Right. So then they get to the dealer to pick it up several months later or a year later. And now the dealer's saying, oh, no, we're marking it up. Or they're throwing a bunch of stuff on it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay. It would be interesting to know what percentage of mach-es and lightnings have active subscriptions to the BlueCruise.
It would be.
It would
Ford
definitely
will probably
be.
give us some number out there that probably isn't true.
All right, Cliff Duke says, do you know the build schedule for 2023 Lightning reservation holders with unscheduled build orders?
Okay, so you mean that they've ordered because
Yeah.
there's no reservations anymore? They're all gone.
Yeah.
All right, unscheduled order though. We do not know that schedule. They're supposed to be building each week or each month, but we haven't had our schedule recently, so I don't know what their schedule is on that.
Yeah.
They didn't mention it. Or did they? No, they didn't.
Okay.
Oh, look. Next one. What is the assist option that is in addition to 360? Okay, so on the Maverick, I think must be what you're talking about. There is a Copilot 360 and a Copilot 360 Assist Plus package on the Lariat trim. That's what gives you the adaptive cruise, lane centering, evasive steering assist, and the rear sensors. So hopefully.
Can you say no to dealer add-ons? Yes.
I know some dealers.
Some dealers.
Just push them. Say no. I'm not doing that stuff.
I'm not doing
Is it on it now? If they say no, it's not, but we have to put it on there. I'm like, no, you don't have to.
Nope.
You can try to push it.
Yeah.
Say, how would you feel if you went to Walmart and said, you know what? You have to use a paper bag, and it's going to cost you an extra $1. You'd be kind of upset, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it can work in any. It's like adding some.
Ryder Cons to that said you can, but they can also say no deal to you as a customer. Dealer determines the terms of sale, generally speaking.
That is true.
Yes.
We're talking about lightning.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was just order banks, which just says it was reopened. Okay. All right. Next question.
Okie dokie.
Any idea when I can get my hybrid XLT Maverick? Seems like it's been skipped over.
Barry, I believe you ordered with us.
Yep. And we do go over member orders. So, I mean, look at those Fridays. I actually went over it this last Friday. Look at last Friday's member live video. I kind of discussed some of the ones, or maybe it might have been the week before. I discussed some of the things, but here's the basic gist of it is that we noticed we had 75 orders that got scheduled, and a lot of them were EcoBoost. So like half, like more than half. Well, actually, I think it was less than half, about a 50-50 split between hybrid and EcoBoost orders. So if you have a hybrid order, you're in the line. So if only half of those that get scheduled are going to be hybrid, then that condenses down to what they can handle. Also, if they know, again, the percentage for XLT luxury package, which I believe you have, is like 25 or 30%. So that means the other 70% have to be a different kind of build. So that's how those orders get skipped over. And if you probably look at yours, it probably is that. I know we have a member that has the second order that was placed, and I can see that by the timestamp that Ford gave it, and it's been overlooked. He has he's a Lariat for one, and with a luxury Copilot 360 Assist Plus and moonroof. So again, the more of these items you have on there, the harder it's going to be to schedule. I mentioned it on the Bronco. The hardtop is the biggest constraint for the Bronco for the 2-door or the 4-door hardtop. But if you also have a Sasquatch and you have the Lux package, that's 3 different constraints that are going to cause it to be overlooked. But if all you have is a hardtop but not the Lux and the Sasquatch, then it only has one thing it has to be able to work with, and go, okay, well, great, because we can do more hardtops than we can Lux packages. Once they get the hardtop with Lux is done, then they're gonna be looking for orders without a Lux. Same way on the Maverick. I mean, we had a lot of orders. I will say a lot of orders. Probably 75% of our orders this last month that were scheduled did not have a Lux package on it, if that tells you something.
Okay.
Simple,
All right.
better.
Do you know why Granger Ford has about 50 to 75 Broncos sitting on their lot and what they did to actually get that many?
Took orders. They discounted their vehicles significantly. So all those, back when Bronco reservations were taken, they said, we're going to take as many Broncos as we can. They didn't listen to, I wouldn't say they didn't listen to Ford, but Ford didn't say anything until after reservations were already taken and orders were ready to be put in. They basically said, hey, if you order from us, we will give you below invoice pricing on any Bronco. So basically they put out a big deal. They were making no money on these just to get a bunch of orders, because they thought once they got all those orders, that would set them up for allocations for future years. And that's why they did that, was to, just get a bunch of orders. Well, now because of that, Ford says, hey, there is an allocation system here that's going to be based on this. So, I think they took over 1,000 initial Bronco reservations that first year. Well, they have to get allocated, and based on the market basket that was given to the Bronco back then, which was, some of it had to do with Jeep owners in their market area, even though they were taking orders everywhere. We took some, but we didn't discount ours.
No.
So we didn't have the same issue they had. We didn't even discount on the Maverick, but we still took 700 orders. So, It's crazy. But I think they felt like, because of the presence we had in the Maverick community, that Ford would just automatically give us more allocations. And it's still based on your sales volume, on how they determine. But yeah, that's how they have all those Broncos sitting there, is because finally they're able to get those scheduled. And I know what they're doing too on that. I wouldn't try to put an order on Granger Ford in 24. And I'm not doing that so you don't place it with them, place it with us instead. I'm not asking you to do that.
No.
I'm just telling you that Ford said to fulfill these orders that you currently have for 23, because they are not doing transition private offers in 24. They're going to pull ahead your allocations you would earn in 24. They're going to pull them back to 23 to fulfill your orders. And that's what is happening to Granger Ford, is they're going to be using 24 model year allocations to fulfill those 23 model year orders. So they probably won't have a lot of 24s even being built.
Yeah.
Because of that, because they're going to have to pull and basically take.
Someone said, are F-150s piling up in your area? They aren't selling around in this Rev area. They aren't.
We got a bunch.
We have a bunch.
You have to price your vehicles as dealerships. You have to price them to sell them.
Yeah.
Right?
But I wouldn't say it's more than usual.
No. You got to remember the F-150 they build a lot of F-150s. They want to be number one for a reason. And so not only do they build a bunch in Dearborn, but they also make a bunch in Kansas City too. So there's a ton of F-150s. Right now, there really aren't people that have orders submitted that aren't scheduled. I mean, if you're at a dealership and you have an F-150 on order and it's not scheduled yet, and it's been that way for a couple months, you might check your order because it's got a black appearance package, it's a trim or something like that. That's a low capacity. But if it's just like an XLT, easy build, maybe sport package, still all those are easy. We have a ton of those F-150s on our lot, a ton of them. We got a bunch of Heritage Editions. We even got a bunch of those Rattlers because of what we were doing. And they're out there. But we're discounting ours too. So
Yes.
you priced those last week. What's our discount on those? Is it like
Oh.
7,500 off?
Yeah.
So we're like $7,500 off of MSRP, but that's how we're selling them, and they're not sitting.
Yes.
Well, heck, if you want a Black Widow,
We have a
$21,000 off.
yeah.
It's a 22, but still.
Our 22s
They had recalls, so they got stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck with us
That's
for
how
a
I got
while.
my truck.
Yeah. That was a killer when those recalls came out and we couldn't sell our F-150s, our 22s, which we got late because they went to Black Widow first, and it took a couple months for us to get them because they went there and had to get the build put on them. Then when they came in, they had a recall. It took like 6 months for them to get a fix for it, and now they're sitting on a lot. Now because of that, we have to discount $21,000 because they're over 75 days and they're costing us more interest than that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's Ford's fault. Anyway, I won't get into that. Another soapbox that I'll try to stay off of.
All right. What do you think of the Steva brace attached between the front struts and the front end? Does it really make handling difference?
Boy, I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know features. I know all that kind of stuff. When it comes to some of the mechanics and things you can add, I don't know a lot. I even had to research on my Bronco if I wanted to add, if I could upgrade my front suspension to front lock because I didn't know. I don't know anything. I don't know any of that stuff. So yeah. I might have to. You might have to reach out to somebody else on that one.
Yep. All right, Michael Demetros, what Ford dealer in upstate New York do you know are fair and best to order and deal with?
Have we worked? I mean, we've done some good dealer moments. I don't even know about New York.
I've heard maybe one. I always direct to the Maverick Truck Club. They have a list.
Yes, we did a couple weeks ago. We had a link. So go into Maverick Truck Club, do a search for. It wasn't Good Dealer. What's it called? It's like, I don't know. Do a search for Good Dealer or something. Somebody probably can.
Dealer list.
Yeah,
that might be a good one.
Yeah, but they do have in each of the states what good dealers that they've been told from different members in there.
Yeah, so that's where I always refer to if you're looking for a good dealer in your area.
A couple weeks ago, we actually put the link. All right.
Mavsim.
All right.
Said something. Anyways. Question, I've heard some folks say it's not good to put a ton of highway miles on a new vehicle, and others say it doesn't matter. What are your thoughts? I'm not reselling my Bronco, keeping forever. In fact, hers is with us. RagnarCon had said for the first 1,000 miles or so, it's best to vary the load on the engine to help it break in. Typically, when you're on the highway, it's a consistent load on the engine for a long period of time.
Yeah, I think they're saying, is it good to have a lot of highway miles on a vehicle for trading in? And mileage does factor in pretty high on the value of your vehicle. So whether it be highway or city miles, it's just that it's got mileage. Yeah,
that's usually what people are talking about is how many miles on it are total. Is it good for reselling? And if you're planning to keep yours
10,000 miles a year, I think it's about average.
Yeah, and what I'm hearing is the new transmissions are learning transmissions. So the more you drive it, the more it learns how you drive, and the more it adapts, and the better it's going to be for you. We have our F-150 was a FCTP, so it's put in as a loaner. That's what we have right now. In fact, for this trip, we have an FCTP. Your vehicle's in the shop. You need something to drive. We give you this free of charge. You put, we get 2,000 miles on it in 21 days. It comes out and we can discount it. Mm-hmm. Our truck was one of those. We didn't get to drive it for the first 2,000 miles. And so it's not geared towards us. It hasn't learned our style. So Lebo actually told me that he is going to have them reset that, because apparently you can reset that function and actually have it turned off. So it drives like it normally without that smart transmission. I was like, can't you just reset it and leave it so it gets better as it goes? He's like, well, yeah, but.
See, I don't know. When it comes to the mechanic side of it,
yeah,
I'm lost. I'm busy enough trying to figure out all the features and what they all do and how they all work and everything. That's I don't have time to. All right, move on. How many we got left?
All right, just a few. 4. Well, McArthur, are you still picking up retail orders in Bronco or Lightning if they fly to Wichita?
Yeah. Anybody that has an order with us.
If you
Yep.
request it.
Yep. Just let us know. Yeah. And we'll have a driver.
Well, he's asking, you had mentioned that you would pick
Still
people
picking
up
up
in your
orders.
Bronco or Lightning.
Oh.
I think he had said that would be if you were picking up in Salina.
Well,
Or like if you were flying into Salina.
I kind of talked to members about that, but I mean,
Yeah.
the problem is that it's difficult. Like if it's a Tuesday, then I can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
If it's, you know, depending on the day, I mean, I just can't go up there. I mean,
Yeah.
I've only done that for one person and he knows who he is. So.
Yep. Alrighty. How do you assign priority codes? I always get a priority 10. Ford automatically puts it as a 19. From there, the dealer changes it. So
the default's at 19. You actually have to physically move it.
Yes.
When you do the order, but yeah.
Your dealer's moving you to a priority 10.
So what we usually do, unless there's orders that were carried over from one model year, we're always going to put them in as 10s. You know, when we did
There's
the
no
Maverick,
reason not to.
Yeah, anytime if we have some that need to be reordered, we're going to put those as 10s. We're going to put other customers later so they get first priority.
Mhm.
But like I said, we've only had to do that on a couple models. You know, the Super Duty, you know, the Maverick and such. So if, let's say in a model year, like let's say F-150, all of ours are scheduled out, have been already scheduled, produced and everything. So we're putting in new orders for F-150. Everything's going to be in as a 10 because we don't have any to carry that need to be reordered. Now, if not all of the Mavericks get ordered, we're going to have to prioritize those in 24 based on those. So that way they get looked at first. So that's typically how we do it. But otherwise, if there's no carryovers and orders, everybody gets put in as a 10.
Yeah.
And you can, a lot of dealers, they don't realize, and I've actually caught a couple and said, why are these at 19? Because the system automatically defaults and puts it at 19. And if you don't pay attention to that, you could submit the order as a 19, but so a lot of times we'll go in and update it to 10. So.
Yep. Ryan Recon said, did Ford provide a cutover date for cloth seats on the Bronco? I think we thought it was job 2, but it seems it might occur sooner than that.
Well, I think what I'm getting confused is I had some people that told us, hey, mine's showing cloth seats. But I think what they're talking about is on the tracker, it's showing cloth seats. I had somebody that contacted me and says, well, my tracker is showing that it's the marine grade vinyl. I mean, that's what I meant, marine grade vinyl. So they said on the tracker and on the website, it says marine grade vinyl. And I said, but what's your window sticker say? It says cloth. That's what you're getting. So you have to look at your window sticker. So I do think that they're probably right. I think that what they're doing is, hey, I'm scheduled for a build date in June. And they're looking at the tracker, and the tracker says marine grade vinyl because Fords have already flipped that over.
Yes.
Right. And so I think that's what they're seeing, not what's on their window sticker. So make sure you look at the window sticker and then we'll know for sure. But so far, I don't think anybody's been built with a marine grade vinyl on a Big Ben yet. So according to the brand manager, it's July 10th for that. So I think that's the case. And I think that's what's happening.
All right. 2023 F450 Limited. Any news?
Yep. They're scheduling. F450, 350, 250, they're all Super Duties. So they're all getting built at, varying rates and such. So limited, it's going to, we already did see in there earlier, it mentioned King Ranch, Platinum and Limiteds are getting scheduled, limited scheduling for those. So that means they're not getting scheduled as fast. What's the best airport to fly into?
If you don't mind a layover or two, Wichita would be good. Or
we'll pick you up at Wichita or Salina or Manhattan. Kansas City, we may not, because you're talking a 4-hour trip. It'd be a 5-hour trip for our driver there and back.
Mm-hmm.
So we like Wichita. Salina is only United. I think it's only United in Manhattan as well.
Yeah.
But if you do Southwest, Wichita is what we recommend.
Yep. All right, Robert Bottenfield says, Sarah, my Maverick hybrid date is June 12th. When should I get my sticker?
Next week?
Yes.
Good guess. About 10 days out.
Yeah.
Like on ours, if you know how we look at ours and when we do the member one, we always say it's sent to plant. At that point, that's when you can see your window stickers. So yours wasn't sent to plant yet, so probably not quite yet, but usually about a week to 10 days out.
All right. Mark Shee says, wait, you guys are on vacation? That's dedication. Yeah. All right. Ragnarcon says, I just checked a bunch of window stickers that were invoiced last week, and leather is now shown as a no-charge option. So, fun.
Yes, so people that were already, that's what I think they're saying, is either they're going to be price protected. According to the notes that I have, is it says, I'll read word for word. Ford's not watching at this point, right? They're probably bored already, and they're not watching it.
Yeah, because we keep talking about our trips and all the. Just go off on a tangent about trips. And
yeah, go off on a tangent, and Ford will just ditch us, right? So, here, let's read this word for word. From what we found out today, Ford says in here, price increase due to changes. Big Ben series will increase $295 for marine grade vinyl with washout floor. Impacts all Bronco or Big Ben orders. Outer Banks in Wildtrak series will increase $2,195 for leather. Impacts existing orders only. So any new orders is what I think they're saying. And it says retail customer impact. Accept the change at no cost. So, oh, by the way, anybody that has these on their orders has to tell their dealer whether or not they can accept the change or switch. So their option is to accept the change at no cost. It says Big Ben will be covered by price protection, which means the dealership should just honor the price, and then Ford will pay the dealer the $295. Outer Banks and Wildtrak covered by pending private offer. So they're saying that they're going to get a private offer through Smart Vincent for theirs. And then it says change to another series and be responsible for any price changes that come along with it. So if you don't like the option of a Big Ben coming with a marine grade vinyl, then you can decide to go to Outer Banks and get leather if you want instead. Basically what they're saying. But if you do that, you're going to have the price increase at that $21.95. Right? Because that's a new change for order guide, for the job to order guide. So if you decide, nope, I don't want marine grade vinyl, I'm okay with leather, I'm going to Outer Banks, then no, you're gonna have to pay for that leather. Basically, straight and simple. Those that already had their Outer Banks ordered in like March or whatever before this was changed, then you should have a private offer showing up at Smart Vincent or a no charge, which I think Ragcon mentioned there was no charge for leather. So
yeah,
we'll see how Ford does it. According to this, they say that the people with leather will get a private offer.
Yeah.
For the $21.95.
All right.
I guess Ford probably doesn't know.
Last question I have: if my Maverick shipped, does it come directly to me, or do I have it delivered to a dealer? If you are purchasing it from us and you would like it shipped to you, we will ship it to you. You can. Some people choose to meet in like a Walmart parking lot or some public place so that their address isn't given to the shipper. But most people do have it shipped directly to their house.
Okay. So just to make sure there's no confusion here. So the vehicle comes from the factory to us unless you have a drop ship set up to go to your local dealer. And then we have to pay the dealer if that happens. Now, if you're talking about once it comes here, then yes, it is delivered right to you, your house, or a close place like Sarah's saying. So I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing coming from us or from but typically most people have it shipped to us and then we ship it to you.
Yeah.
So the destination and delivery that's on the window sticker is the cost to get it from the factory to a dealer.
Yes.
Our shipping charge that we charge you is to get it from us to you.
Yes.
Or you come pick it up if you don't want to do that.
So. That destination and delivery, we see it as technically part of MSRP.
Yes, because it shows on your window sticker.
Yes.
Some people have actually said you're trying to screw me over because you're charging me a destination delivery when you said it was free. Well, no, it's free from us to you. What Ford's going to charge us that $15.95 regardless. Well, $14.95 if you get price protected if you have that, but that we have no control over it. That happens because that is on the window sticker. So it is from us to you that we cover the $1,000.
Yes.
There's been some confusion on a couple of times on that.
Yep.
All right.
All right. I think we're done. A lot of people said goodbye.
See ya.
So
You just left. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
All right.
Got this nice big conference center to ourselves. Did you have to pay for that?
Nope.
All right.
The front desk lady's very nice.
Yep. She let me have a pop for free.
What?
Yeah. She goes, I said, can I get one of those? She goes, you can come back here. I said, okay. who do I pay you? And she's like, oh, you're good. I said, oh, you can put it on my room? No. So
All right.
there you go. She must have recognized me. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna say something funny about seeing going to the White House and seeing the president that he wanted to meet the Ford Beta guy, but it wouldn't go over very good. So
I do not
those of you
know
still, the
him.
150 people still left. No.
Yeah, we'll see ya. We are in Laurel, Maryland right now, mach-e. We are going to Pennsylvania, and we'll be there Friday and Saturday for the Carlisle, Pennsylvania Auto Show. All Ford show.
The Ford Nationals. That'll be fun.
Yes.
Be a blast.
If you are interested in meeting up with us, please send us an email. You can come and see us specifically at the show. If
you're going to the show, and then, we're going to be at the Maverick tent. We know from 1 to 2 each of the days, probably a little before and a little after. So if you want to come say hi and not do be in the live stream, that's fine. We'll stick around a little bit before, a little after.
Yeah, I'll probably be there more often than not.
Well, yeah. I will when I'm not going to one of the other, like the walkarounds and such they're doing, one at 4 and such, then I probably will be too.
Yeah.
We have to walk around and pick our favorite vehicle.
Yes, I plan to do that.
Got to do that, but that's probably more Saturday because there'll be some people that will come Friday, not Saturday. So
and I might
kind of hard to give an award to somebody that's not there.
I might choose a Maverick.
We'll see.
Because I'm a Maverick person. I love the Mavericks, so I might have to choose a Maverick.
Hard to tell.
We'll have to see what's out there.
We'll see.
Unless a car catches my eye.
Yep.
So, all right. Okay.
I think somebody's bringing their Tonka Maverick.
Yes. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. So, anyway.
All right.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. We are good to go.
If nothing else, all good there?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll call it there.
Okay.
It's almost 10 here, which would be 9 back home. That's actually early for us.
Yes.
I didn't have any recalls to go over
8.
and no dealer news updates to go over either this week. Oh.
Everyone's saying good night.
So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody. Don't forget, stay positive, be kind to one another.
And be kind to yourselves.
We'll see you later.